Hello. So today I ended up going to town, and whilst in town I just somehow managed to get 2 books, and then I also had 2 books delivered today, and it's currently the 10th of October as I'm starting to film this. And this last week I've done quite a bit of like online shopping and a lot of like after midnight shopping where I just buy it because why not. I also, it was my birthday a week ago, so you know, I didn't ask for any specific books, people just gave me money, so like I did have like the additional money, like I knew I was going to buy some books, but I had a little count, and including the 2 books that arrived today, I've ordered 20 books online within the last week, and I've also brought 2 today, so that's 22 books in total. So I thought what I'd do is I would just start doing a book haul, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the 4 I've got here, and then every time some books arrive, which you know will probably be over the next week or 2, because like I've ordered quite a lot second hand, so they'll just be arriving as and when, slowly. I will show them. Yeah, so I think 2 of these that I'm about to show from charity shops, 2 of them are new from Amazon. I've got 1 more coming from Amazon. Then I ordered 9 books from Vinted, and whatever the remainder of the 22 is, I ordered from Books through various sellers. So yeah, let's do the 2 from charity shops first. So I got Skullduggery Pleasant Dark Days. This is book 4 of the Skullduggery Pleasant series. These are my unread bookshelves behind me, and as you can see here I have got the Skullduggery Pleasant books, and book 4 and book 8 were the only ones that I needed to have like from 1 to 10, so I now only need to find book 8 in the charity shops to complete like 1 to 10. I think there are 14 books in total now, but you know, like that's plenty. I have read books 1 and 2 before, which is why I'm confident I'm going to like the series, but like I'm talking, I read them when they came out. I was literally like a tiny teenager, so I don't class them as read because I can't remember them, but I remember enjoying them. So yeah, that is the first book. Can't give you any information, but Skullduggery Pleasant is a detective-ish character. There's stuff going on, we follow along. And then the other one that I got today was Dreams from My Father from Barack Obama. Earlier this year I read Becoming by Michelle Obama, and I didn't know that this book was written like way before Barack Obama was like president, way before like that was even a conscious like decision or possibility. This was written when he was quite young, first published in 2004. So I just thought it'd be interesting to read. It's literally a refreshing, revealing portrait of a young man asking big questions about identity and belonging. The son of black African father and a white American mother, President Obama recounts an emotional odyssey. He retraces the migration of his mother's family from Kansas to Hawaii, then to his childhood home in Indonesia. Finally, he travels to Kenya, where he confronts the bitter truth of his father's life and at last reconciles his divided inheritance. Weird that they've changed the back of it to say President Obama, but yeah, we all know who it is. So yeah, that's the other one I've got from the charity shops today. So yeah, and then I had 2 that have arrived today from Amazon. So the first one of those is Disfigured on Fairy Tales, Disability and Making Space. This is one I've heard a lot about. I've heard a lot of interesting things, and it basically discusses how people with disabilities are like kind of shown within fairy tales and this villainous persona that they're often given. Let's read the back of this. Fairy tales shape how we see the world. So what happens when you identify more with the beast than the beauty? If every disabled character is mocked and mistreated, how does the beast ever imagine a happily ever after? Amanda Leduc looks at fairy tales from the Brothers Grimm to Disney, showing us how they influence our expectations and behaviour, and linking the quest for disability rights to new kinds of stories that celebrate difference. I just think this is going to be really interesting. You know, growing up as like a small child, that is what you read fairy tales, you watch fairy tales, and I can definitely think of like numerous fairy tales where there is someone who now as an adult I can see that was like a person with a disability being displayed, and I can see the negative impact that could potentially have. So I just think this will be a really interesting read, and obviously like it's written by someone who knows what they're on about, so I feel like my ability to form like thoughts and opinions will be much better after reading this. Obviously right now I can see ways certain fairy tales have shown people are bad, but in terms of like constructive and how we move forward from that, how we keep that going, how we keep these fairy tales without keeping the negative stereotypes, I don't know that. Like, I'm really not educated enough in this to know that, so I think this is going to be a really important book to read. And then the last book that has arrived today is Finlay Donovan is Killing It. This is book 1 of the Finlay Donovan series. I'm really excited about this. I have really started to realise I like this kind of like cozy mystery, cozy murder vibe of book. I don't really care for like mystery crime novels, but when it makes it cozy, I really seem to enjoy it. Like, cozy and comedy really make that genre appeal to me. So Finlay Donovan, single mum and floundering crime writer, is having a hard time. Her ex-husband went behind her back to fire the nanny, and this morning she sent her 4-year-old to school with hair duct taped to her head after an unfortunate incident with scissors. Making it to lunch with her literary agent is a minor victory, but as she's discussing the plot of her latest crime novel, the conversation is misinterpreted by a woman sitting nearby, as that of a hit woman offering her services to dispose of a problem husband. And when the woman slips Finlay a name and a promise of a large sum of cash, Finlay decides herself, plotting something much bigger than her novel. After all, they do always say, write what you know. I don't know, I think it sounds really interesting, really fun, and this is book 1. I believe there is a second book out and a third book coming out very, very, very shortly. So yeah, I think this would just be a really fun, really interesting series to start getting into. So I got that one as well, and I'll come back next time some books arrive. Okay, right, so I am in the same jumper as yesterday, and there's not book mail, but I got a Redbubble order in that is related to books. So basically I have, yes, it's only October, but I have already started doing my 2023 reading journal and bullet journal. The reading journal I've completed about 3 pages, and the bullet journal I'm still only penciling out, but I wanted some cool stickers for the front. So yeah, I've just opened the packet and here they are. There's also one with a QR code on, but I'm guessing that Redbubble advertising. So yeah, so these are like the couples-ish people, I guess, because one of them doesn't quite work like that, but essentially these are people from the Lunar Chronicles. The Lunar Chronicles has been one of my favourite series to like reread this year, so I grabbed that. On this one we've got a These Violent Delights, Our Violent Ends, like Chloe Gong series inspired knife, because it's got like the roses and like the white as well. So yeah, those kind of like signify like the scarlets and the whites, and yeah, basically yeah. And then on the other side of this one we've got a Heartstopper, Don't Let Anyone Make You Disappear quote, which I thought was cute. And then on this one I actually ordered 2 of my own. I plan on using these in my like normal bullet journal for like just like travel-y stuff. But yeah, I do have a Redbubble shop, so I thought I'd give it a try and see what the quality was like. It's not bad. I don't think I like the finish, but I chose this finish. I don't think it really works on these pictures. Maybe I'll order them again but in matte at some point rather than like this slightly shiny. And then I also got these. This is just like a cute little jar and a flower. It was cheaper for me to add more pictures in. I think it was cheaper for me to add 5 more pictures in and get 50% off all small stickers than it was to just order the stickers I was ordering. I think it was like £2 cheaper or something. So I also got this little moon, which I thought could look cute on my normal bullet journal. And then I got this print. I actually completely read the Throne of Glass series this year, and yeah, one of my favourite characters was Manon, so I got this little like character sticker. And then for both me and Jay, because we've both read this one this year, I got the Murderbot inspired ones. This just says Perihelion, University of Mahira, and New Tideland, and it's like a cruise sticker. So yeah, I thought I'd add these in as I'm doing this random like book haul like this. So yeah, I got some stickers. I'm quite happy with them. Okay, so same day, more books. Well, I actually showed the Redbubble earlier, which wasn't books, but another parcel, and it looks like there's 2 books in here. I know what these are. So the first one is Modern Fairy Tales by Holly Black. This has got 3 books in it. It has got, oh, it looks like it's got an extra 4th one as well, but it's got Typh, Valiant and Ironside, and then it's also got one called The Lament of Looty-Doo. But yeah, this is just basically another world that Holly Black has created, another story based on Fae. I really enjoyed The Cruel Prince, and I haven't read any other Holly Black, and as this is like one big bind up and it looked this pretty, I thought, yeah, sure, let's go for it. So that is the entire plan basically. And then the other book in this one is it is the Inheritance games. I hadn't actually realised that these were both being sent out by the same like company, but yeah, this is the Inheritance games. This is the first book in a new trilogy. The 3rd book has come out very recently, heard a lot of good things, so I thought as now all the books are out, I should give it a try. If I enjoy it, I can pick up the other books. If I don't, I haven't lost anything. So it says, she came from nothing. Avery has a plan. Keep her head down, work hard for a better future. Then an eccentric billionaire dies, leaving her almost his entire fortune, and no one, least of all Avery, knows why. They had everything. Now she must move into the mansion she's inherited. It's filled with secrets and codes and the old man's surviving relatives, a family hellbent on discovering why Avery got their money. Now there's only one rule, winner takes all. Soon she is caught in a deadly game that everyone in this strange family is playing, but just how far will they go to keep their fortune? I don't know, I think it could be cool. I've kind of been getting into like the cozy mystery. This doesn't sound like it's going to be cozy, but it is YA. And yeah, I just feel like it's another kind of like sub-genre of like the mystery thriller genres that I could enjoy. And if I'm going to enjoy it, I might as well start off with a really popular one that a lot of people seem to enjoy, because that gives me the most chance of enjoying it. So there we go. Okay, so another parcel has arrived. I can feel that there's one book in this one, and I'm assuming it's one from A Books. It was delivered to the door. I think all my ones that I ordered from Vinted have gone to Tesco. I don't think any have arrived yet. There it is, and this is The Poet X. I did not expect this to be so big. I thought this one would be like a third of the size, but that's interesting. Yeah, I'm really intrigued to read this. Okay, so first of all, this is an ex-library copy. You can tell by the cover and by the barcode. And it doesn't have anything in to tell me what library it's from. They pulled the first page out as well. Yeah, so the first page has been pulled out, which I'm guessing is where it had like the library information on. Okay, it looks, oh, Somerset Library Service, I can see that one. But yeah, this is the Poet X. It's all written in like a very poetry format, but it tells a story. It's I think they're called like epic poems or something like that. I've never read a book like this before, but I've heard the writing style and how it is similar to books like The Black Flamingo, which I read last year. Yeah, last year, and really enjoyed, so I thought I'd give another one a go. So that is that. Okay, so on the way back I got a message from Avery to say that my parcel was ready to collect. Also this radiator's on, which is why I'm leaning against it. It's very cold outside. But yeah, so I went and collected it. This is the first of the Vinted parcels to arrive. This is very well wrapped. I don't actually know how I'm going to open this one.
2 hours later.
Ooh, this is again one that I've ordered. Like, I know what it is, but it's thicker than I expected it to be. Wow. Okay, that is a lot thicker than I expected. Oh, it's that weird sort of I know a lot of people like this, but like where it's not glossy, it's like matte. Oh, Oh, but yeah, I have actually got one of the others in this series in this like matte edition, so I'm thinking it's probably just something that they've done for some of them. But yeah, this is Stars Above. This is one of the Lunar Chronicles books, and in this one I believe it's short stories. Yes, this one is a short story collection taking place, I think, throughout all of the novels. There's 4 primary works and 1 prequel, so yeah, I'm really excited for this. Can't say a lot, but I really enjoy the Lunar Chronicles. I've read books 1 to 4 before, but never finished the series. There is also the prequel and this one, and then another branch off series of 2 graphic novels. So yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited to learn more and explore the world more. Okay, another book has arrived. So this one is the Hormone Diaries, The Bloody Truth About Our Periods. I just think this is going to be really interesting. It's written by Hannah Witten, who has a YouTube channel. I watch the YouTube channel. I actually end up watching the More Hannah channel way more than the normal channel. But yeah, I'm really excited about this one. As you can see, it literally is just all about periods. Yeah. At least 50% of the world has to deal with this stuff. It's time we started talking about it, is like the catchline on the back. And yeah, I'm really intrigued by it. It also looks really interesting. Like, I hadn't ever seen the inside of the book, but if I like, I don't know if you can see, but it's very cool looking. I don't know if it, like, I don't know what person this is aimed at. I don't know if I will already know all the stuff in here or most of the stuff in here, or if it will be like new stuff, or if it'll go more in depth. I really don't know, but I thought it was worth giving it a try. So yeah, and that one again has just arrived. I have also got 2 deliveries at the local Tesco, which is where the every like drop off is, but my 3rd one says it's out for delivery, so I'm trying to hold off and wait and get that. And then I think after that I'll only be waiting on 1 more package. But yeah, I'll just come back when I've gone to Tesco and got those deliveries. Hopefully they'll be free if the one that was delayed does actually arrive today. If not, they'll just be the 2. Okay, so parcels have arrived from Vinted. These are the final 3 that I've been waiting for from there. 1 parcel to arrive still from A Books, and 1 parcel to arrive still from Amazon. So yeah, and I did also bring scissors this time. I don't actually think I needed them. So Shakespeare, As You Like It, is the first book in the box, and this one is the one that I was mainly looking for, this Shakespeare, because I recently read Foul Lady Fortune by Chloe Gong. Ignore the noise if you can hear it, Jay's putting tea on. But yeah, so I recently read Foul Lady Fortune by Chloe Gong, and it is like very loosely based off of this, so I wanted to give it a read. Used and recommended by the National Theatre. I really like these editions. This is the first edition like this that I've got, and I really like it. I think it looks really pretty. So yeah, that's that one. I also got Henry V by Shakespeare. Basically it's all from the same lady, and I found As You Like It and decided I'll have a look at others and create a bundle from it. So I also got this one. Again, a really cool edition. I don't think I've got any in these editions either yet. And then I've got 12th Night, which I'm really happy with, and I'm really happy with this edition, but I have stupidly already got this book. When I ordered these, I was actually on holiday when I did these Vinted orders. I use my sheet, so I have like all the books on my bookshelf written on a sheet. I, you know, search for Shakespeare and still ordered this. I've checked it since getting back when I realised I've made this mistake. And it is on there. I don't know how I missed it, but somehow I missed it. But I do really like this edition, so I'll have a look at which one looks better, and yeah, make the decision. I then got Othello, also by Shakespeare, the exact same reasons as the others basically. And then also from the store that this lady was selling, had a very short introduction to literary theory. I just thought it'd be interesting to read. I've got a couple of these very short introduction books and I always think they're a bit of fun, so thought I'd grab it. And then I also got Of Mice and Men, because I've never read it and it's a classic that I should probably read at some point. So yeah, that's that. So those were the first package. The next package. And what is this one? This one is nothing else in there. This one is Pain and Prejudice. This is a non-fiction that I've been wanting to read. It is essentially the suffering of women because of an inadequate medical field, because, you know, medical field is basically for men. yeah, so a very quick summary is essentially the everyday pain that a lot of women are in, and very much, is it a call to action? Is that what you'd call it, maybe? I don't know, but yeah, it's going to be really interesting. It's all about like medicine, the body, and yeah, so yeah, I'm really intrigued by this. I'm really intrigued as to like what it's gonna say. Right, and then last but not least from Vinted, we have this package, which I believe should have 2 in. Again, this is one where I found one book that I had like heard of and knew I wanted to read, and then went through the seller's store, because obviously like, you can request bundle deals, so you get a bit of percentage off and you have to pay all the postage. And I found another one. So the one that I knew I really wanted to read and like have heard loads about is Invisible Women. Again, another non-fiction, and this one is Exposing Data Bias in a World Designed for Men. And this one is a bit to do with like, the medical field, but it's also like to do with like everything. Like on the back, one of the examples it gives is, if you're in a car accident, you're 47% more likely to be seriously injured. And it's just like stuff like that, and it's very much like a collation of a lot of these things, and like, yeah, from government policy and medical research, technology, workplaces, media. Invisible Women reveals how in a world largely built by men and for men, we are systemically ignoring half the population. That's a very quick basic summary, but yeah, I've heard so many good things about this. I really want to give it a read. And then the other one I got from that store was The Ethical Stripper. I've never heard of this, but they've got like a picture of the front of it and a picture of the back of it, and I read it and it sounds really, really interesting. So I'll just read you the back. It says, drawing on a decade's experience working in some of the UK's best known clubs, Stacey Clare, stripper performance artist, writer and co-founding member of the East London Strippers Collective, offers a provocative and critical assessment of the legal, political and regulatory frameworks within which the industry operates. This book is searing indictment of exploitation and raises the rights of sex workers to the top of the agenda. The Ethical Stripper rejects notions of victimhood, confronts stigma and shame, and unpacks decades of ignorance, confusion and contradiction. It's about the sex working community's fight for safety and self-determination, and it challenges you to think twice about everything you've ever read before about sex work. I've never read anything before, but I still think it's going to be a really interesting read, and probably have a lot of information in that I'm not aware of. And I've also just noticed it's got deckled edges, which personally I really do like. So yeah, that is that one. So those are all of the books that have just arrived, and I'll probably see you in the next couple of days with the final 2 packages. Okay, Amazon order has arrived, so I already know what this is because I was only waiting on one book, but yeah. We have, let's check it's the right one as well. Yes, this is the correct one. Lovely. So this is the 6th and final book in the Secret Circle series. Honestly, I haven't loved the last 2 books in this series, but because I only had one left, and this is literally 277 pages, like it's quite, you know, big writing. I thought I might as well give it a go and finish the series off. So that is that, to be honest. I can't really say a lot. I mean, the first book I enjoyed and the second book I enjoyed. They're a bit dated because they started coming out in like early 90s, so they are quite dated, but I still really enjoyed them. They were like easy reads, they're a bit of fun, just very chill YA vibes. But the further on into the series we've got, the worse they've got. And I also found out that some of the books were ghost written, and I believe that it's like the later of the books that were ghost written, so I'm guessing that's why it's like such a weird change in like voice of characters. But yeah, I have book 6. I can finish the series off and I'm very happy with that. Like all the books kind of end a little bit open-ended, so obviously hopefully this one will end with quite a conclusion where I can feel satisfied to just put the series away. So yeah, that is that. I'm still waiting on one more package, however apparently there are strikes going on today, so I don't think it's going to arrive. Just fingers crossed it arrives as soon as possible, because yesterday was meant to be the latest date it arrived, and we're obviously past then. We'll just keep on hoping it arrives because it's got 3 books in. 3 books I really want. Okay, the final books have arrived. Well, hopefully there should be 3 in here. It does feel quite small because one of them is meant to be a graphic novel, but maybe it's just a different size than I was expecting. First up, we've got Binti. This sounds amazing. So her name is Binti and she's the first of the Himba people ever to be offered a place at Umza University. I will obviously like make sure I'm pronouncing all these places correctly when I actually read it. The finest institution of higher learning in the galaxy, but to accept the offer will mean giving up her place in her family to travel between the stars among strangers who do not share her ways or respect her customs. Knowledge comes at a cost, one thing that Binti is willing to pay, but her journey will not be easy. The world she seeks to enter has long warred the Meduse, an alien race that has become the stuff of nightmares. Umza University has wronged the Meduse, and Binti's stellar travel will bring her within their deadly reach. If Binti hopes to survive the legacy of a war not of her making, she will need both the gifts of her people and the wisdom enshrined within the university itself. But first, she has to make it there alive. I honestly can't wait for this. It sounds so good. I can't wait. Then we have The Last House on Needless Street. I don't really know a lot about this. I think this is the one with a cat who reads the Bible. Maybe not. I'm pretty sure that, well, first of all, this is like a horror thrillery book. This is a story of a murderer, a stolen child, revenge. This is a story of Ted, who lives with his young daughter Lauren and his cat Olivia in an ordinary house at the end of an ordinary street. All these things are true, and yet some of them are lies. An unspeakable secret binds the family together, and when a new neighbour moves in next door, the truth may destroy them all, because there's something buried in the dark forest at the end of Needless Street, but it's not what you think. I'm pretty sure the cat, like, reads the Bible in this, I think. But yeah, I don't know. It sounds interesting, and it's a book that I know a lot of people have read and enjoyed, and I want to do that too. And then last, but certainly not least, we have Wires and Nerve volume 1. Yeah, it says volume 1 on the side. So basically the Lunar Chronicles is a series of books that I've been reading recently. You have actually already seen one in this video. I did get Stars Above, which was the last like novel part of that I needed. And then basically I don't know exactly what's happened, and I'm not going to be reading the like synopsis for this, but some of the characters from that series have had a graphic novel series like for the characters, which I'm really excited about. And oh my god, this looks so cool. Like, I don't think this will spoil anything. Like, I haven't seen anything, but like, oh my gosh, this just looks so cool. Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I can't say a lot about it, but it's essentially like a graphic novel series that's taking place after the Lunar Chronicles series, but I haven't finished the like novel series yet. So yeah, in 2 books time I'll be able to pick this up, and I'm so excited about it. It looks so cool. And that is that. I do hope that you oh, I've just noticed that video is on in the background. Basically I've got a video on, but it's on YouTube, so hopefully that's like not an issue. I'll just shove my head in the way of it. Yeah, the cats like to watch bird videos. It's really cute. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed all of this. It's been quite a while. It's been like a week or so since I started recording this, but hopefully you enjoyed it and enjoyed seeing all the random different books that I've been getting. Yeah, do give the video a like if you liked it, subscribe down below if you'd like to see more content like this, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.